Hello everyone, this is Zooc, and today I'm bringing you a new drawing video. This one is going to be the first part of my Mythic Creatures re-envisioned series that I announced a while ago. I decided to start off with El Chupacabra, basically because it's quite a fresh myth. It's pretty recent. Loosely translates to the goat sucker. Actually, exactly translates to the goat sucker. And as much as that sounds like a title of a very bad and illegal porn movie, I guess that's what they wanted to come up with. Just a forewarning, by the way, I'm doing this with no sleep whatsoever because I'm smart and I didn't have caffeine for 5 days, and then suddenly I decided to have 5 cans of Coke in a single day. And that's kind of what happens. So yeah, I'm running on empty right now. But I decided to be productive and get this done because it's been a long time coming. I'm going to employ the semi-comic book style that I'm sort of trying to teach myself here. But it's a mix, really. Basically, the drawing takes 2.5 hours instead of the usual 3, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I just do it for funsies and diversity's sake. So let's talk a bit about the legend of Chupacabra. It's actually very easy for me to pronounce that in a non-English way, since my language is pretty much Latin-based, as is Spanish. So it was first reported in 1995. I thought it went back way more than that, but no, it's pretty recent. And the first attacks were reported in Puerto Rico. Basically, 8 sheep were discovered dead. Each had 3 puncture wounds in the chest. And they were supposedly completely drained of blood. And a few months later, there was an eyewitness called Madeline Tolentino who reported seeing the creature as a humanoid-like thing with spines on its back. But that later turned out to be bullshit, unfortunately, because there was a 5-year investigation going on, conducted by a guy called Benjamin Radford, who was an editor for the Skeptical Inquirer. And apparently the creature described by Madeline was based on the creature Sylph from the science fiction horror film Species. So it was nearly identical, the appearance. So obviously it was deemed as scam, bullshit, etc. There were never any actual sightings of one consistent form of the creature. In the US, people reported seeing it as a very scrawny looking, kind of large, medium to large kind of dog with no fur, very stinky, very raggy appearance. You know, this is basically what those were. They were coyotes or wild dogs with mange, which is a skin disease caused by itch mites. So basically they lose all their fur, they get these scabs and wounds on their skin, and they smell pretty terrible, and they look like they're walking corpses, these animals. So I guess in a desperation caused by hunger, they did attack some chickens or goats or whatever the hell. There were a lot of reported sightings, but neither of them very conclusive. And so the general consensus on its appearance apparently is that it's a reptile-like creature with leathery skin, sharp spines running down its back, about 3 to 4 feet high, hops similar to a kangaroo, and is humanoid-like in the upper body, with a dog-like head or a panther-like head and face. A forked tongue or not, large fangs or not, makes some screechy noises when it's attacked. And there's so many descriptions that it's hard to take this legend seriously, as nobody really does. But it was still something interesting enough to have reach a worldwide status, because it was used in various movies. The X-Files has an episode on El Chupacabra, even though it's not the actual creature, but a guy doing it. Oh my god, spoiler! So yeah, it's not really a very worthwhile legend talking about. But I decided to approach the creature in my own style, make it as monstrous as possible. Gave it like a mouth tongue, as the aliens in the movie Aliens have. I figured that if you're gonna call the guy a goat sucker, you might as well make the sucking of goats facilitate it. You know, and I would imagine that a physical feature like that would definitely facilitate the sucking of said goats. And as for the other stuff, you know, very muscular with spines running down its back, you can't really improvise a lot. I mean, the only thing you can work on is the face, basically, because the body isn't that interesting. If I decide to completely change the creature, then it's no longer Chupacabra, right? It's something else. So, yeah, in any case, I mean, it's just a fun little 2.5 hour drawing, playing around with various styles here, and that's really about it. I'm, of course, going to continue with creatures such as Kraken. You know, I'm kind of looking forward to drawing that, but since it's a creature of such magnitude, you can't really just draw it floating in the middle of the page. So I guess I gotta make some sort of a sea landscape with boats and shit getting attacked, and that'll take a while. That's gonna be one of the complex ones. So I'm actually gotta reserve some time to work on that one. And there are plenty of other animals and creatures in the legends that are worth covering. So anyway, please rate that shit if you enjoyed it. As I said, it took 2.5 hours, and I will see you for my next videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.